this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. I have the man of the hour, Kartik Aaryan and Alaya, the very, very talented Alaya, with me on India Today right now, who are promoting their film Freddy. Of course, we have all watched the trailer. Firstly, a huge welcome.
Thank you so much.
And I have to tell you, the trailer looks very promising. I was going through the comments and I have to tell you this, Kartik, everyone was just singing praises of the fact that you're trying something new with each film.
Thank you.
But the one comment which stayed with me, and I think it will stay with you as well, is that you can love Kartik, you can hate Kartik, but you cannot ignore Kartik. What do you have to say about that?
That's really sweet, actually. It's something which is also true, I guess. No, I mean I'm happy that people are noticing me and my work. I mean I've done a lot of hard work. I've done a lot of work to actually be where I am right now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that people are noticing the fact that there's been a struggle, there's been a journey, and they really are supporting me in whatever manner or whatever manner they can. And yeah, I'm just glad that these things are happening with this year being a game changer for me because of Bhool Bhulaiya 2 success.
In true sense, yeah.
It's just very overwhelming for me. It's been like that this year, and I just wanted to continue and end the year with a bang with Freddy now.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will be that.
I'm sure because it has raised a lot of curiosity amongst the fans. Also because you're playing a dentist who is, I mean, I was scared watching the trailer. I was like, what is this? Where was this Kartik? I've never seen him like this before. But when you experiment with a character like that, it comes with its own challenges also because you have to be in isolation as a character, right? Because you're like, there's this one scene where you're just dancing to yourself.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite scenes also.
To be able to pull off that kind of, emotional strength, I feel takes a lot as an actor.
It took a toll on me. This whole character journey of Freddy took a toll on me, and I almost became a loner myself.
Right.
Because how the character was. Even Freddy is a loner. He stays aloof. He's not.
He's an introvert.
He's an introvert. He has a certain body language. It played with my mind also.
I'm sure.
I said this before also. बहुत sleepless nights हुई. बहुत ऐसा थॉट्स रहते हैं जो इसके बारे में सोच सोच के और ज़्यादा कि अच्छा ये इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स है तो क्या सोचता होगा, क्या खाता होगा, कैसे रहता होगा. सो स्टफ लाइक दैट आई वेंट इनटू अ टोटल हार्डकोर प्रेप विद फ्रेडी एंड but it's amazing to see the result. It's amazing to see the final outcome when it's out there in front of you. That dance also looks kind of, I mean, the way it's looking right now, it's looking because of the fact that I was following a certain mindset and I was following that thought process, which helped me. It was never like a choreographed thing, you know.
Correct,
it just कि थोड़ा सा सोचा है, थोड़ा सा कि हाँ ये कर लेंगे, लेकिन what happened over there was automatic. It was just something which just happened because I felt like Freddy. At that moment. So, I mean, yeah.
That's lovely. I have to tell you, that scene gives you goosebumps because you're just like, oh my God.
And it's just
so
10
like,
seconds ka bit, it's still so effective that it stayed with a lot of people.
That is what moving images and actors like you do.
Thank you so much.
Before I come to Alaya, I have to also ask you, were there days though where it was very difficult to sort of go back and come out of the character? Because it can take a mental toll, yes, but sometimes to get out of it needs help from outside as well. Did you have to go through something like that?
I mean, I had to really introspect, and I had to, because my director Rohit, who was directing Shehzada, I went from Shashanka's film, Freddy, to Rohit's film, and he noticed that there's a different man out there with him, and the way I was speaking, the way I was walking, and the way I looked at that time, he just didn't, and we had to shift our schedule of that film because of all this, and so that's when I realized that I am actually behaving like Freddy. I don't have the same pitch. I am not able to go to that pitch, and I'm thinking that जबकि मैं नॉर्मल अगर उसमें टोन पे भी बात कर रहा हूँ तो ऐसा लग रहा था बहुत लाउड बोल रहा हूँ शायद से, जबकि वो वैसा नहीं था. सो स्टफ लाइक दैट वाज हैपनिंग, And I realized when I realized it, then I started changing it.
Yeah.
I tried कि हाँ यार exactly
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं हो
You need
सकता
to
कि
come back to
Freddy-
Kartik.
Yeah, I need to
You're
come
no
back
more
to
Freddy.
Kartik.
Yeah.
So that happened because I was living that character for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I was into it. I was into the script. So वो पूरी तरह से वो अंदर एक बार आ जाता है तो then you start behaving like that.
Yeah.
It happens.
It
And
happens.
I realized it during this process.
But kudos, I mean, it looks lovely on screen. It
Thank
is
you.
getting everyone excited. But Alaya, for you to choose Freddy as your second film, because even in the first film, there was a lot of praise
yeah.
that came your way. You have to live up to that in your second film because it's always said that the first is still okay, but your second film really defines where you're
Yeah.
going in your career. So, what was that like for you?
So this film was very different for me in the sense that I had no prep time for this film. I was shooting another film on a long schedule for
Right.
45 days, and I came back, and the next day I was on the sets of Freddy.
Wow.
So literally no time. I was learning on set. After our shoot days, I would go to my acting coach and try and see if there was any very particularly difficult scene the next day. I would try and brush it up and get some semblance of preparation into it.
Yeah.
So in that regard, it was very, very different. But as far as there's pressure, I anyways put quite a bit of pressure on myself,
Yeah.
whether it's my first, second, third, whenever, whatever it is. And actually in the middle, before I shot Freddy, actually I'd been shooting other projects also.
Right.
It was actually that in the span of 3 months, I shot 3 films.
Wow.
So it was suddenly everything started up really fast, So that way, even though it had been a while since my first film, I still felt like I was in practice.
Correct,
I felt like
correct,
I was
yeah.
still. It didn't feel as new to me as it perhaps would have if I would have gone to it 3 years later. So pressure is always there, and hopefully this defines my career in a good way. Now everyone's saying, someone else also said no, that the second film defines your.
But it is said. I mean, I don't know how
So now-
true
now
it is,
this
but it is
now I've
said.
heard this a few times today. So even if I wasn't stressed about this earlier, now I suppose
Sorry,
I am.
I'm going to stress.
But all that being said and done, then I'm so glad this is my second film.
Yeah.
Because I'm in great company. So,
That is
yeah.
true. But also, I want to understand when a film or a character comes to you today, because I feel people who have made their debut recently,
Yeah.
they're very much sure of what they want to do.
Yeah.
They very much are sure of what characters they want to play. Unlike perhaps when Kartik started off, although you knew what you want to do, the road was obviously very different and difficult. For you, was this the plan? Like, when a character comes to you, what do you look at? Like, should it have, what characteristics should they have for you to say yes to a character?
I said this earlier also, there has to be something in the project that I really trust.
Correct.
Whether it's the maker, whether it's the overall just people involved in it, whether it's the script, something has to be there that makes you feel like,
You want to be a part.
yeah, doesn't have to be all of them.
So with Freddy, what was that?
With Freddy, though, it was like all of those things were there. The makers were Jayu sir, who I did Jawani Jaane Man with, and Ekta ma'am, who I did U-Turn with.
Yeah.
It had Kartik in it, who is literally at the top of his game, only to go higher.
Yeah.
So that was going wonderfully.
Yeah.
The script was amazing.
Yeah.
So there, too, I was like, that Freddy was a different thing only. So that's why I said, now I'm glad. If it's supposed to define my career, it's good.
Yeah, truly. But also, from the trailer, what I could gauge, because obviously we don't know rightly so, we don't know the exact story. But you played love interest to a dentist who is a psycho, right? Who's a murderer in ways. I want to know what is
That
it?
only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell.
Yeah, time will
Maybe.
tell. But okay, a psycho. Let's stick to that. Maybe.
He's a loner. And lots of things happen as
Sometimes a lonely guy, a loner or an introvert, introverts are way more dangerous. Let's put it like that. Maybe.
because
Okay.
yeah,
Can be dangerous.
that loneliness can translate into many different things.
Yeah.
But that can happen actually. We have,
Yeah.
we know of cases.
You're being so vague. We're like,
No, but Alaya, for you, when you're looking, because when we're looking at the film, the attention is on Freddy, right?
Yeah.
So how much do you, when you're part of a script like this, what do you look at? Like, what is important for you? The screen time or the character? What it is doing? What is it adding to the script eventually?
see, I definitely think my character. See, I don't think I'll ever do something if I feel like my character is just completely irrelevant.
But this is the first time you all are working together. What was that like? If you had to define it in 2 sentences.
Two
let's say it
sentences.
like that, yeah.
Oh. I mean, it was wonderful working with Alaya, and
Now don't say the word sincere again.
No,
Now
I'm not
sincere,
saying.
even I'm trying to think of new
Yeah,
words.
wait.
Yeah, we've been doing each other's tareef all day in all the interviews. Now we're trying to think of new things.
see, sincere, hard work,
Don't say sincere
actor,
now.
talented.
Even I'm trying to
अभी
think of new words.
yoga क्या बोलूँ? I can't say yoga ना.
It was great. Okay, I'll say mine.
Yeah, you don't have, yeah.
It was better than anything I could have anticipated in every aspect.
Wow.
And I think within every scene, I think we had a really great give and take, and we
Yeah.
worked very well off of each other.
Correct.
And he's also a really solid guy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
She's a quick learner. I mean, if I could say that, she just वो एकदम ऐसा होता है ना कि अचानक से इसने कुछ सुना या इसने कुछ while performing a scene also when Shashanka sir is directing her, she responds, she's very responsive. वो बहुत क्विक रिस्पॉन्ड आता है कि वो बहुत कम एक्टर्स होते हैं जो डायरेक्शन बहुत जल्दी ले पाते हैं. 2-3 टेक्स लग ही जाता है, कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है, बट शी समवन जो एक ये इतना सा ये बढ़ा दो, ये वाला थॉट प्रोसेस कम कर दो, ये तो शी कैन जस्ट change the meter and she can just enact a scene like that, which is a great quality that she has. And yeah, so it's different from being sincere.
No, but I'm a total director's actor, so you got that fully correctly.
Yeah.
And so amazing in your first and second film itself. I mean, that's amazing, Alaya.
I mean, let's see now. I don't want to say anything.
No, she's done a wonderful
I
job.
didn't have, I want
She's
to
trying to be modest.
No,
Yeah.
but I literally, it's another thing if you have a prep going into a project, then you have an idea of what you're going to do.
Correct.
Every day on set, I was just sort of figuring it out. So when you're just figuring it out, now I'm hoping that everything is.
I'm sure it
the
will.
film. The film is something I'm very proud of. So now let's see everything.
Kartik, for you, I was going through another, set of memes, and one of it, like a lot of people were, like I mentioned, complimenting the fact that you're taking the risks and you're trying different stuff which you have not done before. But there was also a meme which is very solid, which I love, is the fact that there will be a time where Kartik will be part of all the remixes and remakes. I want to know how do you react to that?
I mean, what happens is when you have like what the kind of lineup that I have touched wood is there are lots of films and lots of different films put together. Now उसमें एक भी या दो फिल्में अगर उसमें से ऐसा हो जाता है कि वो सीक्वल है या एक उसमें से कोई रीमेक है, सो वो ऐसा होने लगता है कि हाउ मेनी रीमेक्स इज ही डूइंग. मैंने अभी तक पंचनामा मेरी फिल्म है, आकाशवाणी मेरी फिल्म है, सोनू के टीटू की स्वीटी मेरी फिल्म है, लुक्का छुपी मेरी फिल्म है, पति पत्नी ओरिजिनल बनी थी वो फिल्म है. सो देयर इट्स जस्ट दैट कि एक सीक्वल जो मैंने की थी वो लव आजकल थी एंड वो नहीं चली इनफैक्ट. तो मेरा सारी फिल्म पूरा करियर मेरी ओरिजिनल्स से बना हुआ है एंड टू पुट टुगेदर ये सारी फिल्म्स ओरिजिनल्स हैं. आई कैन मेक अ सीक्वल ऑफ दीज फिल्म्स एंड सो आई हैव माय ओन फ्रेंचाइज but then came Bhool Bhulaiya which became a successful film this year and उसके पहले भी when I took up on it, जब Bhool Bhulaiya offered हुई थी, साइन की थी, there were a lot of things कि अरे he's only doing sequels, वो सब भी हुआ था. But that's the only film जो मैं second film जो मैं sequel actually मैं कर रहा था, to be honest. And I don't care actually, honestly speaking, मेरे पास अगर और भी ज़्यादा है तो मैं ऐसे count नहीं करता. It's always about the film. It's not about whether it's a sequel, whether it's not a sequel. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking in a totally different way, which is to go with
the flow
and script and the story. If I like it, I wouldn't leave it for the fact that अरे ये एक इंसान कोई बोल रहा है कि ये सीक्वल क्यों. वही इंसान थिएटर में आके देखेगा वो पिक्चर, मुझे वो पता है. So then why should I disturb my mindset with that?
And I don't think it's when they comment or they make memes on something like this, I don't think
No,
they
it's
mean
a fun
it's just for
humor.
like a
ये तो
laugh,
मैंने ऐसे उसके लिए बोला, बट वो तो मैं भी हंस के ही वो लेता हूँ because मेरे को वो कुछ और भी था. मैंने कल कोई मीम बोल रहा था, मुझे भी भेजा था वो, मिशन इम्पॉसिबल में भी आई विल रिप्लेस टॉम क्रूज, सो वो भी था, so I laughed it off only, which is a mission possible now according to them, but I mean bad one, bad one.
No, but I get it. Yeah, I mean, as long as it works and as long as it serves your purpose.
So yeah, imagine Freddy being an original, then Satya Prem Ki Katha, then Kabir Sir's film. So there are n number of films.
Yeah.
Shehzada
teaser
is a
release,
remake,
yeah.
which is now out of the 5 films, I'm doing one remake,
Yeah.
which technically is. Yeah.
But I think the teaser got a lot of love.
Yeah, I just
What?
posted one more thing about the teaser only. Just before this, we took a break. कि एक बार मैं वो post कर देता हूँ. It really, and for that only, thanking everyone for the appreciation.
But on a parting note now, because like you said, it's been a good year for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of expectations when it comes to Kartik Aaryan. Do you take that pressure though?
I like it. I enjoy it. I embrace it, and I'm actually. I don't know what it is, but it's the mind that my mind is, I think, kind of in sync with the audience.
Correct.
Somewhere down the line, I am that audience myself right now. So I feel कि मुझे पता है कि उनको क्या पसंद है कहीं ना कहीं.
Correct.
And touchwood, अभी तक तो ऐसा लगता है कि वो थोड़ा figured है. आगे नहीं पता. But I'm still, I am that audience. So I figure out कि हाँ ये उनको पसंद होगा, ये नहीं होगा, ये करता हूँ ये. And it's a mix of both the worlds कि
Correct.
मुझे क्या करना है and उन्हें क्या चाहिए.
Yeah.
So I think it's working for me, and I feel like entertaining them again and again, and giving them that entertainment quotient with my films, and I hope so I keep doing that without taking any pressure.
True. Alaya, what's next for you? Of course, U-turn. We are aware of, but apart from that, anything?
So there's
U-turn, there's Shri, there
You've
is,
been hearing it all.
there is Freddy, there is
Almost Pyar
there's
with
Almost
Anurag, so
Pyar
yeah.
Wow.
with Anurag sir.
Still I like it.
No, so yeah. Yeah, basically that. So I'll say
चार
about
पिक्चर और
properly.
कितनी पिक्चर
You are one to talk. You are one to talk. I was like, what?
I was just about to say, Kartik, you are saying this.
Out of all the people that could have said this.
But lovely, this was a lovely chat. Thank you so much.